Hi, I'm some jerk on the internet, and we're doing a second Hovind stream today. Because, of course, I'm a bit of a glutton for punishment. So, not going to gloss over anything. This is just an hour after the previous stream ended. Hour or so, anyway. Played a little Guild Wars. And just, took a little bit of a breather. I just really can't with this guy, but it's become my duty to do these videos. So, let's do it, as much as I don't want to.
Land in lovely Lenox, Alabama, 70 degrees today.
No one cares what the weather's like down there, Kent.
Called me from, let's see, I got calls from Wyoming, North Dakota, Alberta, Canada. You guys keep it. We like Lenox, Alabama. So come on down, visit us. It's free. This is December the 19th, 2025.
Going down there is not free, Kent. That costs money and time. So it's not free.
Open mic tonight. You can call in. We take the position that evolution is the dumbest and most dangerous religion in the world. Prove me wrong. Call in. We're on a bunch of channels on Facebook and Rumble.
Waiting for somebody to get pissed off at the title of this stream, and I just want to be like, that's how Kent titles every other one of his open mics. So, I mean, where's the problem?
And X and our own app, KentHovind.tv, and Instagram and TikTok. Sign up for all of them. They're free. Okay, we pay for all that stuff. Okay, to help us out. Let's see.
Yes, we pay for all these services that are free to use because they sell all your data and rely on ad revenue. Totally. The only one they pay for is, the KentHovind.tv, the domain, and the Lightcast subscription to have their content streamed from their servers.
Right here. Here we are, the 19th. I got it right, Joseph, the blue box. Next week, Christmas. Come on down, join us for Christmas. Okay, I'll be on the Tim and Al show Christmas Eve. You got that one booked, Joseph?
Yes, sir.
Look, if you want to have me on a podcast, please call Joseph, 855 Big Dino extension 4. Say, get Kent on a pod. I want to do 5 a day, okay? I want to stir up trouble. And
Really? When will you have time to give the real tour if you're doing 5 a day, Kent? Also, you're not stirring up any trouble. You're just making us laugh because you're trying so fucking hard.
Die and go to heaven, okay? The goal. Here we go. January coming up. It's right here. This is Genesis Baptist Church. We're at here, an old-fashioned, independent, temperamental, fundamental, right-wing, radical, chicken-eating, KJV, soul-winning Baptist church. We believe in
pedo enabling, kid drowning,
the Bible is the infallible, inspired word of the living God. It's 100% true. God made everything in 6 days, everything, including dinosaurs, made with Adam and Eve. They did not live millions of years.
Gotta appeal to the kids by being dinosaurs, yeah.
Years ago. Okay, let's see. Come join us for Christmas come join us anytime. Got quite a few visitors here tonight. Glad you guys are here. Okay, join us. Help us stay open for free. Join our 777 club. Say, I like what you're doing. I'm going to donate $1 a day. Take you on as my missionary. $31 a month or whatever.
Also, Kent, I'm no expert, but take you on as my missionary. I don't think that's how the language works. I'm pretty sure the phrasing would be supporting you is going to be my mission. Would be the syntax, but I'm no language expert, and neither is Kent. Remember, according to court records, he self-admittedly only partially understands English.
I don't check on it. I'm not going to. Okay, we won't send you letters begging for.
I check on it constantly, and we're going to beg you constantly through the streams if I don't send you letters and stuff, because sending letters costs money, and I'm not about to do anything that costs money if it doesn't allow me to extend my ego trip of midlife crisis dinosaur park.
Money. If you want help, great. Please do. DrDino.com. Open almost 10 years now.
And if you want to help me out, you know how to. I don't even need to tell you. You know how the internet works. You know what Patreon is. You know what super thanks are. You know what super chats are. You know what channel memberships are. And you know how to click links in the description and check out all the other crazy stuff I do online.
Okay. I saw a video somebody made, I think it was yesterday or day before. Forrest Velkai. Completely wrong. I tried to get Matt Powell to call and see if he could be on here tonight with me. He got creepy, and Forrest Gump did a video together. Now, I listened to a few. Well, here, They both seem to be
I'm just going to stumble over my words because I'm a decaying, decrepit old man who's losing touch with reality. What little touch with reality he had to begin with.
incapable of talking without profanity in their shows. And it shows, again, in the video they just did about me. I listened to about
Whoopity fucking do. Get over yourselves.
5 minutes and had to shut it off. Both of these guys have filthy minds and filthy mouths. They frequently have things in their mouth that most people don't even want in their hand.
Words? Also, you want to talk about people with filthy minds and filthy mouths? You're the one talking about whale penises all the time, Kent.
We teach our kids to not step in it when they're out feeding the cows.
But of course, this pathetic, beyond childish virtue signaling of we don't use the forbidden words. We're better than you.
Mm-hmm. So I'll just play a few minutes to demonstrate one point tonight. I'll use small words, so maybe some of their blind followers will get it. It seems to be a common theme with
I'll use small words for you, Kent. You are dumb. You are really, really dumb.
atheists and to curse, as if that makes them tough or powerful or smart or intimidating.
Hi, it's the language I and others choose to use. Get the fuck over it.
To me, it shows a sign of low IQ when they swear.
To me, you prattling around, stumbling over your words, not being able to pronounce basic things, not having a single grasp of anything you talk about, and not even being able to actually carry on a reasonable conversation with the interocular during these subjects you're supposed to be an expert on, shows a low IQ, Kent.
Especially when they want this in their mouth. Guys, we got a bunch of cows here. Come on up. We'll give you all you want. Okay. So I've got a long time standing offer to.
How about you just give me the land? I can do more with it, more good with it than you ever could.
Debate either one of these guys or both of them at the same time. Why don't they accept my offer? Well, creepy. I don't know about him, but Forrest. Run, Forrest, run.
Bingo, Otaku. Kent claims he doesn't want it in his hands and other people put it in their mouths while he goes on camera and lets it flow out of his mouth for an hour.
Did you have audio of that, Joseph?
Run, Forrest, run!
Run, Forrest, run. Run, Forrest, run. I just felt like running.
So, because the man has the same name as a character in a film from like 1994. Joke? Huh?
Pretty tired now. He's going to say something. What's he going to say? I think I'll quit pretending evolution is part of science and admit that Dr. Kent Hovind is right.
Oh, you gotta have the doctor in there. Dr. Kent Hovind. I got more degrees than you, Kent, and they're from a far better university.
I think I better get ready to face my creator. That's what I'm hoping they both will say, okay? Look, Forrest, I'm not your enemy, okay? I'm your best friend trying to
No, you're just some stupid asshole on the internet who talks bullshit.
save you from going to hell. Let's go.
You're going to hell.
If you want to insist on going there, it's your business. Let me get, let's see, over here. Here we go. Creepy, take it away.
Apart from Kent and Matt Powell, I've never heard anyone else say that we think we
Oh,
can.
I love the Welsh accent. Little things like, instead of heard, hid. I can't do it right. I never hid anybody. It's like, I love that. It's so beautiful. So smooth. I just, fuck, I just love some accents.
From rocks. Why is that wrong to an evolutionary biologist?
Why do you call him?
And yeah, I'd watched this clip just the other day and was very amused by it. And here we go, Kent, with the ad hominems, because that's what you fucking do all the time is ad hominem. That's all you got is ad hominem. You and your cronies complain about us using ad homs when we're just fucking mocking you. You try to act like what you say actually has a bearing on the conversation at hand. Stick to the topic, Kent.
Evolutionary biologist, creepy. He never finished his doctor's degree. Huh. Why do you?
He does the science of biology. He practices the discipline that we would call biology with a focus on evolutionary science. He is an evolutionary biologist. Get the fuck over it. You're jealous. You're a petulant, jealous man-child. Grow up, Kent.
Call him that. We covered that the other night. It's okay.
No, you were just a prick. for an hour.
For Mr. Nelson calls himself God, the sun god. Okay.
No, it's just a name. He had a nom de plume. He rolled with it. Eventually decided he went by it so much, might as well make it his actual name. That's how these things work.
A lot of reasons.
Please subscribe.
The one
Well, so nobody ever said we came from a rock.
Hey, you're interrupting when he's talking. And oh yeah, this is what Tyler was talking about last stream. All he's going to do is focus on the we came from rock thing. Count how many times he brings up the article that I covered the entirety of.
Let's go here to Joseph. Let me get to, right.
What you want to bet? We're at about 5 minutes in now, 4 minutes, 20 some seconds. What you want to bet before we're at the 6 minute mark? He shows an image of the article that I covered that he and Matt Powell love to bring up constantly, just showing the title for some reason.
Here. Oh, right there. Okay. Organic evolution, the origin of life. I have taken the position for many years, this word evolution is too slippery. You got to slice it up into 6 different slices. Which one are you?
And you're completely fucking wrong. And colloquial uses of the word meaning change do not correlate to the scientific scientific theory and the supporting laws that make up the model of biological evolution.
Talking about when someone says, do you believe in evolution? Well, which one? Cosmic evolution, the origin of time, space, matter, Big Bang? No, that's stupid. Okay. Chemical evolution, where the hydrogen gas turned into gold and silver and platinum? No, that's stupid too.
Oh, this man saying nuclear physics is stupid. This man acting like just come on, Kent. Come the fuck on. You doubling down on this again, buddy. You really gonna do this? You really want to do this? How fucking pathetic.
Stellar evolution, where dust scattered out from the Big Bang and somehow got together out there. Think about the hand grenade fragments coming.
Note the constant straw man that the Big Bang was just some random explosion and that all things have done is just drift apart. No understanding of cosmic inflation, no understanding of the distribution and relative homogeneity of energy condensing, coalescing into matter in the primordial universe. No understanding of any of it because it's far above his ability to comprehend. And so his only way to defend against it, because he couldn't obviously learn about it and actually find valid flaws in any of the models, is to just lie and say that it's not. That's not how it works. That's not true.
Off a hand grenade. The longer you wait, the further away they get. They're not going to get together out there to make a star. It's never been observed. It's pure theoretical.
Except we have seen the entire formation process of stars. Not on an individual, because it does take longer than a human lifespan. That's not our fault, and that doesn't make it not happen. We've seen every single step of the way. So, yeah, Kent.
Nonsense. And then number 4, organic evolution. Look at the little bundle of chemicals. We'll call him cosmic fluke. Okay.
And, of course, this constant straw man, this denigration of reality by them creating the straw man that we have the opinion that things are just an accident and just a fluke. And a lot of times, especially when you first realize this stuff, you'll sort of flippantly say it without any seriousness to it. It's more of just this is happenstance in a way of this is just what happens in the universe as it is. But they want to act like it's some kind of just like there's an apathy to it. They want to intentionally emotionally load it with that idea that we just don't care. It's like no, it is. That's it. It just is.
So apart from Kent and Matt Powell, I've never heard anyone else say that we think we came from rocks. Well, creepy.
And, I really don't want to go through this shit because I've had it up to here. Some of the stuff I've had it up to like the nth degree with that Hovind just regurgitates is the where did the layers come from, is anything involving Haeckel, and him and Matt Powell and all the above with the you came from rock crap.
Take the rings out of your ears and listen carefully, okay? This is National Pornographic, okay? You guys ought to like that one. When Earth was formed 4.5 billion years ago, it was a uniform ball of hot rock.
Yeah, it has to be something, Kent. And when you have generally a whole lot of silicates in a molten state, calling it a ball of hot rock is a very crude yet functional descriptor.
Is that, let's see, hot rock? Stay with me now, Creepy, and Forrest from National Geographic.
There are dozens of stars within easy viewing distance forming. Because the stellar nebula are pretty, notable. Orion Nebula is a fine example. Parsing out individual ones becomes its own thing, but I mean, in actual raw numbers, I mean, there are likely billions of stars in the process of forming at any, like right now. Let's say at any given moment, like next week, it's going to be a different number, Um, I mean, just the vastness of the cosmos. It's like, you don't even realize.
Have you written to them and told them, hey, you better change that because it's not true? You're claiming nobody ever says that. They all say it, Creepy and Forrest. Okay.
No, they don't. And the fact that you just go this route, that you're just like, oh, it mentions rock, that means life came from rock. No, no, no. You have to draw an explicit chain of inference and of logic being presented by the publication that explicitly says that life came from a rock. If it does not say that, you wanting to make it seem like it infers such does not at all make your opinion on what you think it says a correct one.
Was Earth a molten
Being intentionally deceptive and dishonest.
ball? From Fact Monster. At first, Earth was a ball of
Yes, I get all my scientific research from Fact Monster. Oh, you use Grolia's encyclopedia that you won off of a game show back in 1994. Oh, how silly! You must go to factmonster.com for all your information now.
molten rock. Okay. Let's see. Story maps. When Earth was formed, scientists believe was
Oh, yes, and the equally respected story maps. How could we have forgotten? Oh, story maps. Oh, I love the one where you demonstrated how the Exodus never fucking happened.
a hot ball of rock. Creepy, why do you say you've never heard anybody say that? Don't you know how to read? Read your magazines that you support, okay? Let's see, this one, answers.com. The rock melted and the Earth was a hot ball of melted rock orbiting the sun. Well, let's see. National Pornographic again, okay? Earth started as a hot, viscous ball of rock.
Yeah, Kent. What else would it fucking be? It's a ball of cooled down rock now. It's a terrestrial planet. It's a ball of rock. Okay? Okay? You understand that, right? Where are you going? I'm going to have a fucking aneurysm before the stream is over. I'm going to be laying here dead, with the stream just going, dead air. Then an hour later, you're going to hear one of the cats open the door and start chewing on me. And that'll be the end of Yamato. Kent Hovind killed me. The cat's eating me. I died like a god. Fuck you, Kent.
Have you written to them? Let's see. Mars could have been warm. New research suggests when Earth was still a ball of molten rock. Oh, okay. Let's see. Have either of you two science lovers contacted any of these peer-reviewed publications to ask them to correct what they printed?
Story maps. Ha! You Snopes, you peasants. Oh, this is going to be a great one at least.
I'd bet $5 neither of you have even thought of doing such a thing, have you? No. Run for it.
Yeah, just like I haven't, thought about walking into the presidential capital of Zimbabwe and just issuing out commands because I'm totally the president of Zimbabwe because, that's not the case and I live in fucking reality. I don't know, that's the best I could come up with. And Zimbabwe is a fun name to say. Zimbabwe. Zaire's pretty cool too.
Run. Yeah. Okay. Here we go. Biology book sitting right here on my shelf. High school biology book. I've got 50 or I don't know, 100 of them, a bunch of them in here. Okay.
Why don't you try reading them?
Let's see. Okay. What do they say here? Earth began as a hot ball of rock. Aaron Nelson calls himself the sun god. Says no evolutionists ever believe we came from a rock. Earth began.
Oh, it has to be. Aaron calls himself the sun god. All right. Chris brings up Creaky has gauges and tattoos and speaks sense. Kent wears a Hawaiian shirt and has a square haircut and is full of shit. Say it again, brother.
And as a hot ball of rock. Aaron, do you know how to read? You guys really ought to, you got to read a little bit. You'll see, yeah, they do. Okay. Origin of life from rocks.
I can understand hating Hovind.
Life's origin is closely linked to rocks and minerals. Whoa. Okay. Let's see. The idea that life.
Yeah, linked doesn't mean came from. Learn grammar, you fool.
May have emerged from non-living matter such as rocks is supported by the concept of abiogenesis, which posits that life arose from simple organic compounds through natural.
And yeah, the fact that just taking a step back and looking at the fact that people like Hovind, his family, and just other creationists think that the Genesis and the Noah's Ark story are literal events that actually happened as depicted is just madness.
Processes. Rocks and minerals played a crucial role. Okay.
It played a crucial role. Note the minerals. And note playing a role, not life just popped out of them.
9 billion years ago, Earth cooled enough for water vapor to condense, and it rained on the rocks for millions of years, turned them into soup, and the soup came alive, okay? In the oceans, the first living organisms appeared, right? You owe your life to...
There we go. It took 8 minutes. But there we go. I read this entire article on stream. Kent will not read a word of it beyond the title.
Rock, who's this by? Science.org. Yeah, Forrest, you gonna write to them? Creepy? You gonna write to them? Huh?
Hey, Kent, you gonna read the goddamned article? Oh, is this? Oh, it's the first couple of paragraphs.
Thank goodness for granite. If not for the formation and subsequent erosion of large quantities of metal-rich granite on a supercontinent that formed billions of years ago.
And yeah, Zumi, that's the hilarious thing. If anything, Christianity literally says God created Adam from clay. What's clay? Eroded rocks mixed with water. So Christianity literally says humans came from rocks. Yeah, it's a golem spell. But Kent defends it by saying, oh, it's a different thing for life to just come from the rock than it is for a god to take the dust and make the man. And it's like, no. The point is, if you're trying to create a ridiculous concept, you literally your mythology contains the ridiculous concept that you're trying to put onto us. Religion reverses everything. It's all projection.
The evolution of multicellular life, including us, could have been stifled or delayed, according to a new study.
Yeah, and you're not going to read any more of it that actually explains everything. Can't help but notice you didn't go to the second paragraph, which, let me read it again for those in the back. For much of its history, life on planet Earth existed only single-celled organisms. Certain proteins critical for multicellular life and presumed to have been equally critical for the evolution from single-celled ancestors require heavy metal elements, especially copper, zinc, and molybdenum, says John Parnell, geologist, geo something. I can barely read this because it's in fucking 12 pixels and I'm blind as shit. United Kingdom. And it continues onward about the study suggesting that granite was a source for those particular heavy elements that were critical, that was a way of them being eroded into the water stream, into the universal solvent that is water for chemistry to happen, that promoted additional adaptations and improvements to life in the grand scheme. Improvements is a loaded word, but yeah.
Been stifled or delayed, according to a new study.
Just go back and watch my video where I read the whole thing. Actually, seriously do. I say it in the Hovind voice, but if you haven't checked that out, it's only got like 75 views. Please do. It's just titled Reading the You Owe Your Life to Rock article. It's not that long. I mean, it's like a 30-minute stream, maybe.
Earth started off as a ball of very hot liquid. Whoa. Quote of the day, from molten ball to opera. This earth now sings.
Yeah, that's the one thing I really, really do want to do. If I do interact with this Claude properly, because I'm still on the fence about everything, is to I'm going to be very explicit that if he crosses a line, it's over. I'll stop being nice. he's going to be told what that line is. He's going to know explicitly. If he crosses it, that's his problem. I'll make it clear. Well, part of the agreement was that Kent wouldn't cross certain lines, and he chose to anyway. So, and then I'll just go at it as I see fit.
Wow, used to be a molten ball. Let's see, 4.5 billion years ago, the Earth was a flaming molten ball of rock, and now it can sing opera. Whoa. They cut down a tree to print that, guys.
Looks like a screenshot from a web page, Kent. Yeah, it's a screenshot from a web page, you moron. Also, hyperbole. It's not the best phrasing, but it gets the reader's attention. Then when you read the actual text, I'm pretty sure it explains the exact role that these silicate structures would have had, which does not include life literally coming from them, as you guys state. It's funny that you will state that and yet deny that that's what you said, and then jump through all these hoops and lying by omission to try to make it seem like that's what the actual science says.
Where are you global warm extremists saying, stop cutting down trees to print this garbage, huh? Yeah, okay. The light rocks are on the Earth's surface. Wow.
No. He thinks the Earth's made of nougat.
From NASA. Oh. As the space dust hit each other to make the Earth, it got...
Thank you, metaphor. That's the word. Sometimes I don't English too well. And as we learned last stream, my Japanese is a little rusty too.
Super hot and melted. The Earth was at that time a spinning ball of red hot lava flying through space. You guys call NASA and say, look, don't say that. Huh? A few 100 million years, the temperature of Earth reached 2000. The melting point of iron in Earth's core was formed. Guardian, okay? Story maps, structure of the Earth.
Back to story maps. No, I want to call NASA and be like, hey, is there any way I could do the public affairs statements for a launch of anything? Please? What do I have to do? I so want to handle the countdown, give a little input to stuff, because I do it while I'm watching, some launches. I'll hear this or hear that, or I'll see this, and I'll be like, okay, and just, God, I want to be talking about a launch and say the phrase launch commit, because that's just the coolest moment where it's like, okay, all hold downs are released, this baby is going. So if it's a crude thing and we have to abort, we're ejecting off this bitch. Artemis 2, something goes wrong with SLS, that's going to be it. That launch commit moment was always just the coolest thing for me. And you hear it in like the old Jack King announcements for like Apollo launch and stuff. 0, all engines running, lift off, launch commit, lift off. It's just something about that moment is magic. You guys just got little kid Chris too. I should add that in. That's the most young, optimistic, learning about space 5 and 6-year-old me reading stuff from NASA when I can barely read, trying to read these documents and stuff to learn more about how like the space shuttle works. Maybe a depressed old man, but part of me's still young. Deep down in the core. Let's continue with this garbage, though.
When Earth was formed, scientists believe it was a hot ball of rock and metal. Whoa, okay. What's this one? University of Chicago. Oh, wow. Okay. When the present day Earth has oceans covering much of its surface, the early Earth was covered in a magma ocean, a layer of molten rock hundreds of miles deep that was melted by the energy released from the collision. From University of Chicago. Have you guys written to them to make them, change that? They cut down trees to print this in textbooks too. Whoa. Let's see. Here we go. Wikipedia. Isn't that the encyclopedia you're supposed to be able to change if you see something wrong? Okay. Well, Forrest, change it. Look at this. How was the Earth formed according to scientists? Whoa. Earth formed 4.54 billion years.
I'd just call it failing upwards. That's all there is to it. Somehow succeeding in life to absolute incompetence. But you don't have to be very smart in any meaningful way to be a grifter, especially when it comes to religion.
Years ago. Yep. From Berserkly. Wow. If they say it at Berserkly, it's got to be true. Okay. We think the planets formed from collisions of space dust.
Hey, Kent, I'm 99% sure, like Cast, the service you use for your Hovind.tv, their backend is actually handled by Berkeley Systems Distribution Unix derivative, probably FreeBSD. So it's funny that you mock Berkeley, yet the legacy Unix distribution that they created, one of the branches of it, because there's three main BSD branches: OpenBSD, NetBSD, and FreeBSD. FreeBSD used by Netflix, and the PlayStation 4 and 5. I believe the PlayStation 3 as well. I believe all three of those systems, their software is FreeBSD based, which means I should love it, but I don't like a lot of the way Sony does some things. Actually, I guess I do I don't know. It's complicated. Point is, you're going to mock them, Kent, and yet there's a non-zero chance you rely on stuff from Berkeley every single day in just the Unix field and Unix-like operating system end of things, let alone other scientific advancements from Berkeley, which are ridiculous numbers. Berkeley, MIT, Bell Labs, holy shit, they invented the modern world.
And gas. How does dust collide with gas? Let's see. The Earth was so hot from
Oh no, man. You tell me.
these collisions
You live in a fucking gravel pit. You did a whole video whining about the dust on Pearl Lane. You tell me. How's dust make gas?
that all the rock melted, and the Earth was a hot ball of melted rock orbiting the sun. Creepy. Creepy. I'm reading it to you, okay, in case you can't read. Listen.
They're talking about condescending like his wall. This. Just good God. But I'm the bad guy when I make fun of this asshole. He's a piece of shit. He's a fucking prick. He's not a nice guy. He's a dick. Fuck him. If you're a damn Hovindite somehow watching this far and you don't see this, that's a you problem. And I strongly think you need better anything in your life.
They're claiming the Earth was a hot ball of rock. That's at Berkeley, California. Okay. There's another one from Berkeley. Even before this geological event, some naturalists already claimed that Earth's history had a direction. Buffon and later physicist Joseph Fourier both claimed that Earth had begun as a hot ball of molten rock. That had been, like, what, 160, 180 years ago? What do you mean you never heard anybody say it? Berkeley, it's got to be true. Call them. Okay. Let's see. Science alert. Laser heated lava balls give a glimpse into Earth's early atmosphere. Once this thriving orb that is our home was an inhospitable.
Much as I stammer reading the words as if I am a child in grade school, and I don't say that to knock, kids reading, but we all know that cadence. So a lot of us will remember it from school. Our peers of ours, had a bit of trouble reading. It was a very stilted way of doing things, and some people they never grow out of it. And in Kent's case, especially, it's just getting worse and worse. You could say, "Oh, well, he's getting older," and it's like, yeah, but he thinks he's immortal. So where's the problem? According to Hovind, things get better over time if we just praise about it.
Ball of molten lava.
But he seems functionally illiterate.
Creepy. Pay attention. Okay. Science alert's got it. Are you going to write to them? Billions of years ago, the planetary blob that would become the Earth started as a hot, viscous ball of rock.
I just want to point out, we got a new person here who I'm noticing, throwing in the chat, throwing some good comments in there. This is Bobby Moore right here. Tell him hi. Give him a nice big hug. Welcome to the party. Because we're all friends here. Except those people who aren't cool. They ain't our friends. Like Hovind. He ain't our friend. Otaku says, and calling Kent a dick is insulting to dicks. They can at least be useful. True that. Lava balls. My nickname in college. Oh, damn. That was a good one. Yeah, I stammer a lot, but I've had a lot of vocal training to get rid of my stutters. Singing helps. Yeah. Yeah, and in doing these streams, I've gotten a lot better with a lot of my presentation. At a point, it's just down to me being me in the train of thought, having bumpy rails sometimes. Sometimes I amaze myself, though. I'm like, damn, I just said the whole thing without screwing it up. Like that right there. This train of thought's gone easy street. And then it fucks up right there.
That's national pornographic again.
A national pornographic. I'm totally a godly man. I make jokes like national pornographic all the time. What the fuck, Kent?
Water trapped inside erupted with the lava, a process called outgassing, and the mantle solidified. Let's see. Yale University. Whoa, go Yale. Confessions of a former fireball. How Earth became habitable. What do they say here? Early Earth transformed itself. Wow. With the help of some weird rocks. Researchers at Yale and Caltech have a bold new theory to explain how Earth transformed itself from a fiery, carbon-clouded ball of rocks into a planet capable of sustaining life. Creepy, Forrest, you do believe you came from a rock. If that's you can have any religion.
No, they don't, and nothing you're saying here says that, and it's not a religion. They don't have religions, Kent. One could argue, since I'm a member of the Satanic Temple and follow humanist principles, that I do, but I see it more as a means to an end. And that if saying I have an affiliation with that particular religion, which is literally just humanism with cool clothes, is, how to phrase it, is good for getting proper church-state separation enacted, and is good for showing the plurality of religion and of belief and lack thereof in this nation, since atheism doesn't count as a religion, and you can't just put out, you're like, literally, it's not defined as one in most government standings. Yeah. Then I'll align with that. But it's a means to an end, and contrary to what you morons think, it's thematic. There is no actual Satan, and it's certainly not worshipped by any of the reasonable, quote unquote, satanic theology, or well, not even theologies, just religions out there. Sorry, I naturally want to use theology as a synonym for religion, but it's not really a theology when there is no God. It's complicated. Y'all get what I mean.
Religion you want, I don't care. But don't call that science, and don't claim that I'm making it up with Matt Powell.
Except you and him are. You fucking clowns.
The theory covers Earth's earliest years and involves weird rocks that interacted with seawater in just the right way to nudge biological matter into existence. This is a fairy tale, not science.
Oh, yes, but Dirtman and Ribwoman, totally science.
In addition to the bonus, these weird rocks on early Earth would readily react with seawater to generate a large flux of hydrogen, which is widely believed to be essential for the creation of biomolecules. You can believe anything you want. They can't even make it happen in the laboratory when they try to make it happen. Sure, not going to happen on accident in nature. Let's see. Essential for the creation of biomolecules. Life came from rocks. There it is. Okay. The Lost City hydrothermal fields, abiotic production of hydrogen and methane, is a prime location for investigating the origin of life on Earth. That's code word for send more money. Yeah. No evolutionist ever believed we came from a rock. Okay. Planet Earth is older than the core. When Earth was formed.
Yeah, I am 100% certain Kent is coming down. I'm pretty certain Kent is coming down with dementia. He's getting so damned unhinged at this stage. And I know this because following the very rapid decline in Cheeto Mussolini.
4.5 billion years ago was a uniform ball of hot rock. Forrest, creepy. Are you doing anything to fix this? Why do you even watch my videos and pick on them? Why don't you watch this and pick on them? Because you don't want the truth.
I don't know. Why do you watch Forrest's video and pick on it? Why do you watch Creaky's video and pick on it? Why do you watch Professor Dave's video and pick on it? Why do you watch AJ's videos and pick on them? Why do you watch R and Raw's videos and pick on them? Why do you do anything you do, old man? Want to answer that for me? No, didn't think so.
Do you? You want there to not be a God, don't you?
That wouldn't make it true. If there was, this is the weirdest thing with you guys. You act like just like we're so stupid that magically just thinking there's not one would make it go away if it's actually there, and that we know it's there, but that we thinking it's not there is going to make it actually go away. No, that's not how object permanence is. And even more so, Kent, you always straw man this idea that we just want to sin, when it's like, no, if I just wanted to sin all the time, I'd be a Christian, because anything you do is forgiven. So there you go. Like, it's all ass backwards with you people.
You don't like his rules. Let's see.
Well, you're right there. I don't like the idea of owning slaves, and I don't think women should be forced to marry their rapist, and I don't think I need to ethnically cleanse the lands around me. You know. Also, incest is a little icky. You wouldn't know about that, Kent. You live in the middle of bumfuck nowhere where everybody's their third cousin. But yeah, in case you forgot.
Argon. Whoa. Let's see. Long time ago, as our solar system was forming.
Ooh. You know what we should get, Kent? A big old container of industrial grade pure, fully pure fluorine, and tell him to stick his hand in there. Take a big whiff of it. If he thinks Kent, if you think argon's cool, and go, whoa, check out this fluorine. For those who don't know, fluorine is extremely electronegative and is desperate to get an electron, and it will find any way it can to get an electron. Glass burns in fluorine. Physics goes fuck you. Chemistry is like, what the hell is this? Fluorine is pure evil. And yet, ironically, because chemistry is so fucking crazy, yeah, you satiate that need for an electron and you get fluoride, usually combined with something else. That's what's in your toothpaste. That's what's in the tap water. Now, of course, conspiracy nut here and that would be like, fluoride's terrible. And it's like, no. Fluoride is fine. Raw fluorine is fucking crazy, but fluorine in water goes crazy. So they're not just pumping that in the system. There's no way they could. All right, you got to understand, you can't really properly contain this stuff. It's a problem. Why does it exist? Why would any loving God allow fluorine to exist? Seriously, look up fluorine. It is fucking mental how nasty that stuff is. Just one element. So yeah, go have fun with fluorine, Kent.
Into planets as we know today. Earth was essentially a giant ball of molten lava. And 4.5 billion years ago, it collided with a planet. The energy from the catastrophic collision blew Earth's existing atmosphere into space, creating a moon.
Oh, dang it, I hit the...
This is so...
Shut up, Kent. Everything's stupid to you because you're a fucking moron. Yeah, I need to watch his Making Babies on the Seahorse and see how he addresses that, because you bringing up that he was very confused by it, like he didn't understand how to process it. That makes me very interested in seeing it.
Stupid. Tell him I said so, okay? Scientists managed to simulate what the first days of early Earth were like.
No. Kent believes we walked on the moon. Kent believes the Apollo missions happened. But somehow that the film came back bad, so they faked it. So he thinks the film is fake, but that we actually went. It's absolutely fucking insane with this guy.
0.5 billion years ago, really. Earth started out as a ball of liquid fire, its newborn surface closer to a lava lamp than the calm continents we know today. Those incandescent beginnings happened 4.5 billion years. I'm sorry, you got to say it sanctimoniously. 4.5 billion years ago. Oh,
yeah, you gotta have your Bible with the words of Jesus in red. Oh, by the way, he's about to say something racist. Everyone, look, he's about to say it.
Toyota Kawasaki. Okay.
Oh, there he goes. You love to see it. Wait, love to see it? I mean, fuck you, Kent, you racist piece of shit.
Let's see. DK Earth, planet Earth. How was Earth transform. At first, Earth was a ball of molten rock. Are you guys going to write to them? How was Earth formed? Fact monster. Whoa, here we go. Let's see. At first, Earth was a ball of molten rock. Its surface rock slowly began to cool and harden 4 billion years ago. Then the volcanoes erupted, and the Earth's surface cooled, and the first continents formed, and then life begins on Earth. They just stated like a fact. Joseph, you sent me the picture of Forrest with a Pope hat on. I forgot to put it in here. We'll do it next time. It's going to be a fun one to whack for a while, okay? Oh, SciTech Daily. Wow. How Earth went from molten hellscape to habitable. In the early days, it was a magma ocean, a sphere of molten rock. And you never heard anybody say you came from a rock. You guys didn't even know your ancestors? Wow.
And yet none of what you're showing, except something being in the most metaphorical sense, is saying anything of the conclusion that you're drawing. You've been at this for 15 minutes, old man. Get to a point. You do this, Kent. You spend 30 fucking minutes just showing screenshot after screenshot from shit on the internet. And y'all ever notice that it's always odd, like an odd aspect ratio? Like it's cropped weird, kind of squished. It always looks weird on his damn screen, man.
Nothing else. Wow. Universe today. How did Earth go from molten hellscape to habitable? It was a...
Don't mind me. I'm just going to be over here sharpening a knife of mine for no particular reason.
magma ocean. Wow. Okay. A sphere of molten rock and nothing else. From story maps. When Earth formed, scientists believe it was a hot ball of rock and metal. Different layers took shape over time as Earth began to cool. Don't be and metal.
Also, Kent, that's not from story maps. That's from arcgis.com. The story maps subdomain of ArcGIS. 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 Augmented reality, computer generated imagery sucks. There you go. .com.
Different layers took shape over time as Earth began to cool. Don't be embarrassed when you realize your ancestors are rocks, okay, guys? Be proud of them. Treat them with respect. Honor them. Exalt them. Put them on the top shelf. Study them. Write books about them. Honor the rocks, okay? Don't hit them or hurt them in any way. We don't know if their nervous system is already evolving to feel pain. We also don't know if their memory is already evolving to remember.
Ladies and gentlemen, the argument skills of a 72-year-old man to treat things in the most childish way possible. It's incredible.
What you did to them when they were defenseless. How can you drive on the highway, whether blacktop or concrete? It contains millions of your ancestors. Show some respect for the departed, guys. Come on.
Kent, how can you drive an automobile that uses fossil fuels when you literally think that petroleum products, that the oils that we pull from the ground, fossil fuels, are made of people? That you think that all the fossil fuels were made as a side effect of the flood? How can you drive knowing you're burning Noah? I mean, not Noah. You're burning Adam. That could be Cain you're burning, which I guess you'd be fine with. That's Abel's remains. What the fuck, Kent? Do you have any respect for them? Huh? You're burning Grandpa, Kent. Fucking idiot.
So I would suggest, thought I had it over here. I would suggest you guys learn some real science. You do believe you came from a rock. Okay, question answer, Joseph.
You first, Nimrod.
Yes, sir.
Do you believe in geocentrism? No. The Earth, everything goes around the Earth? No. Everything goes around the sun. Heliocentrism. I do not believe in that.
What about the Earth being in the middle of the universe?
I don't think there's any.
Yeah, the atheist religions would be, the actual atheistic religions would blow Kent's mind. He thinks people worship Buddha.
Way to tell where the middle of the universe is. Have you ever seen those merry-go-rounds where they have this, like a big...
Hey, Kent, from a philosophical standpoint, every single point at any given moment is the center of the universe, both from a matter of the observable universe, thanks to the limitations of light speed, and from a practical standpoint of the way cosmic inflation actually worked. Some disagree with it, but I hold to that idea. If even just for the first reason, the limits of the actual cosmic horizon versus the actual size of the universe.
cup on a big plate, 4 or 5 cups. The kids are spinning around and the whole thing is spinning around. Is it possible momentarily for one of the kids in one of the cups to be in the center and not moving? Yeah, watch it. As they're all
A tilt-a-whirl, Kent. You don't know what a tilt-a-whirl is.
spinning around, all of a sudden, bang. So it could be that the earth is indeed the center of, it's certainly the center of God's attention. So it can be going around in a circle around itself and going around the sun. And if God wanted it to be, like those, teacup things in the middle. It doesn't matter to me. Why would that matter? It's the center
So much stuff that just doesn't matter to me. I don't ask big questions. I just want to bitch online about atheists all day.
of God's attention. And then you got the argument, well, if you want to say, oh, the earth is the center, do you mean the center of the earth? You got to go down 4,000 miles to get to the center, and then you're in the center? Is that what you mean? The whole argument is dumb. Flat earth, geocentrism, it's just plain dumb, guys. Give it up. Okay, next one. They won't accept your debate offer because they know they don't have a chance. I agree.
He's going to bring out his fucking stupid ass toy. Hey, Lucas Williams in Kent Open Stream. Why don't you send me an email? Set up a debate. Let's see how you want to do that. Or are you going to be checking Lucas with your yourself there on Facebook? I don't know. Being stupid. Debates are exhibitions. They're worthless. And this obsession that internet bros have with debates, especially on the I don't know a damn thing about science side of things, is really unhealthy. It's not how reality is determined.
Hey, where'd you go, Joseph?
But see, this shows Kent's beyond childish nature. This shows the juvenile way he thinks about everything, because his attitude is to, much like Biff and them in Back to the Future, call you a chicken. It's like, really? This is where you're gonna go, Kent? Okay. I don't know.
Run, Forrest, run.
Real mature.
Okay. Their denial just proves they're not even sure of what they claim to believe in themselves. Lucas, call them up. I'll debate both of them together. I get half the time. They go first. Give the best evidence for evolution, just 1 point. I'll debunk it. Then give another one. I'll debunk it. They can make it take as long as they want, but I get equal time and no profanity. Can you guys even talk without that stuff in your mouth? Does your mama know you put that in your mouth? Anyway, I'll take them on 10 at a time.
Hey, Kent, who do you think I learned it from?
I get half the time, one topic at a time, no profanity, no interrupting. Simple rules. Do saved people who commit suicide go to heaven? Sooner than they should.
Oh, good, Kent. That means that Dolphy Boy is in heaven.
Suicide is murdering yourself. I mean, murderers can go to heaven. King David was a murderer. He went. Okay. I think if you're going to do that, make it the last thing you do. But no, I think it's wrong. I think it's wicked. God's got a plan for your life. You're going through tough times. Well, get with God and find out how to fix it. Do something, okay? I guess Adam and Eve didn't have a belly button. That's my guess. It doesn't matter to me either at all, but probably true. Okay, question for Kent. As the mark of the beast comes before the rapture, how will we eat
Good God, this is just... It's going to be people filleting Kent.
food to survive when we do not get the mark? How did the Jews survive 40 years in the desert with no food, no water? God provided.
Yes, but your God won't do that now. Instead, people have to get jobs and pay for food. Don't just get manna dropping from heaven. What the fuck kind of non-answer is that, Kent?
The only punishment for not getting the mark is you can't buy or sell. So you're going to spend your life, if you spend your life saving up groceries and stocking up, bunkers underground, somebody will just come along and steal it. Just serve God, win souls. I want God to look down and say, hey, that tree's producing fruit. I think I'll protect that tree. That's, I think, the best way out of this. Get busy for the Lord, okay?
Boy, sure didn't seem to protect you for those 10 years you went to jail.
Okay, Pangea existed, but the breakup is off, as the scientists put it. Happened when Peleg was born. I completely disagree, Chris. I'm sorry, okay? People say, do you think Africa and South America were connected? They're still connected right now underwater. They're not, the continents are moving a little bit, but it's insignificant. And the idea of Pangea is real stupid. I covered that on video number 6. Okay. Graham, you think they'll ever take evolution out of school? No. It's essential for their plan for a one world government. Watch video number 5 for that one. I went to prison over that one.
No, you didn't. You went to prison because you failed to pay your taxes properly and structured transactions to ensure that reporting requirements would not be done.
Graham, let's see. From Alabama, we'll be down to visit soon. We pass by every time we go to the bush. Hey, if you're going down Interstate 65, you get off at exit 83 or 77. Both of them take you to Lenox. Come on down. Okay. William, believe the pre-flood world was Pangea. I think before the flood, most of the water that's now on the surface was in the crust of the earth, and the fountains of the deep broke open. So the earth was mostly habitable. Today, they say it is only 3% habitable. 70% is underwater right now, 10% under ice caps, another 10% under deserts. Plus, there's mountain ranges uninhabitable. So,
wow, under the deserts, you say? Really? It's under deserts. Hey, over there, Arizona, New Mexico, SoCal. How's it like being under the desert? Y'all doing okay over there? Where's our friend Michael from New Mexico when you need him? He'd be the perfect person to explain to us what it's like living under the desert. Because apparently, according to Kent, people live under the desert. Mole people. Or maybe crab people.
about 3% is the current estimate of the earth is habitable. Now, some atheists are going to Google that and say, oh, no, it's 3.4%. I don't care. Come on. It's not all habitable. If the earth were not tilted over 23.5 degrees.
I don't know, man. Humans seem to have found pretty much most of the surface reasonable for them. And by that I mean the land. People live in the deserts. People live where it's fucking cold. People live where it's fucking hot.
Like it is today. Maybe before the flood, it was, the axis of the earth was perpendicular as it went around the sun, which means everybody gets 12 hours of daylight, 12 hours of darkness, equinox. And probably with the canopy of ice overhead, it would increase air pressure and equalize the temperature. It'd be 75 degrees everywhere. You could grow a garden at the North Pole. They find redwood trees.
Ladies and gentlemen, Kent coming up with Star Wars planets. One biosphere, one planet.
Up near the North Pole. We can't grow there. They find animals frozen up there. So I cover that in video number 6, the Hovind theory. Okay.
Pluto's here.
Hey, there's our friend. How you doing, Tyler? Great to see you on the Hovind stream. Looking good compared to the absolute piece of garbage on the left side of the screen. Ladies and gentlemen, the garbage Q&A is over because seriously, Tyler's always a good show, as is Gracious Crybaby / Big Bad Mama. And really anyone else who calls into Kent's show and wants to rip him a new one. I still feel bad for that guy the other week who really wanted to have a deep theological discussion, and Hovind was just like, I'm not interested. Really, like, I legitimately feel bad for him still. Forget his name. Was it Josh or something? I don't know. But let's see what our friend here does to rip a new one into Hovind. I'm excited.
Pluto, yay. Let me guess, you got converted. Headphones. Now, Pluto, one simple question before you start. Do you believe you came from a rock?
No.
Did you see all the slides I just showed? Are they
Yeah, well,
online?
let's look at the most simple cell. What is the most simple cell made of? You
There's no
got
such thing.
amino acids.
No such thing as a simple cell.
Shut up, Kent. What is the most simple cell? One cell. There's going to be a kind of cell that is definitionally more simple than any of the others, and that's what our friend here is asking about. So maybe use what little listening comprehension you have, and actually answer the question as asked.
No such thing.
So rocks are minerals, right?
Correct.
It's a matrix of solid crystalline minerals. You
Most
look
of them,
at a
right.
cell, the most simple cell you can find, and what do you see? Amino acids, ribosomes, or ribosomes rocks? No.
So
Amino acids.
your roundabout answer to my question.
Kent, you're interrupting. You say no interrupting all the time. You're interrupting, Kent. Why are you interrupting, Kent? Why are you wearing the red Hawaiian shirt? Why are you an indignant prick? Why do you use a gamer headset when you mock gamers all the time? And once again, why are you interrupting? Shut up and listen to the man. He knows more than you.
Question is, yes, you do believe we came from a
No,
rock.
amino acids aren't rocks. And lipids. You got amino acids.
God, I love this. I didn't think about it, but yeah. Like, what are cells actually made of, dude? Amino acids, lipids, not rock.
Ribosomes, lipids, none of which are minerals, none of which are rocks. So if your belief was true, then the first most basic cells that you can find should be 100% mineral, and there's no minerals.
I didn't say that.
So you're wrong.
That is the implication, Kent. Don't say you didn't say that. That is the implication. Hiding behind what you say versus what you imply is not going to help you here. We see through that bullshit, old man.
Dude, I did not say any such thing. And listen to me, there is no such thing as a simple cell. If it's alive and a single cell, if bacteria is more complicated than the space shuttle. Study it out, okay? Just the motor that drives the flagellum on
I just gave the same look. The eye roll. I think we all did.
the bacteria is more complicated than a space shuttle. That little motor turns 100,000 RPM. Just Google.
I think you know what I mean. I think
Just Google. But don't listen to Google when it tells you about evolution.
you know
Yeah,
what
I
I
know
mean.
exactly what you mean. You don't
So you
want
could
them
have
being
you could have
telling
something
Ah, being a prick. There he goes.
that's very complicated, like an airplane. That's what an airplane is very complicated.
and a cell is way
There
more
are
complicated.
some airplanes that are more complicated than others.
Correct.
So there is the most simplest airplane out there, even if it's not, simple by your standards.
Exactly. I mean, your basic little, two-man Cessna, that's a pretty complicated machine. But it's no Tu-95 Bear. 4 NK12 turboprops with contra-rotating propellers that are breaking the sound barrier as they go. You can hear that fucking thing inside of submarines underwater. You know when the Soviets, the Russians, were patrolling, you heard that son of a bitch deep in the ocean. Not a big fan of Russia, and Ukraine has blown up a ton of those fucking things, but I am a big fan of Soviet era technology, and the Tu-95 is fucking awesome. And yeah, you compare that to a Cessna, and you can see the exact analogy being made here.
It is the most simple, basic
Sure.
airplane.
Hang on. Some airplanes are simpler than others.
Right.
The
So
simplest airplane you can find is really complicated.
In some
the simplest-
organisms,
And so you agree, and we've established this. Now get to the point. And I mean that to Kent. Get to his point. But you're not wanting to go there because that involves you admitting that you're lying.
are more complicated than others,
Right.
and
But
so
none of
some
the airplanes-
cells are going to be more complicated. So
Hang
there
on.
is a most basic cell.
None of the airplanes are simple. None of them. Okay?
That's a
None
moot
of the
point.
You guys give me credit for watching all of these streams like I do. But seriously, and our friend here is in the chat. It's Tyler West, right here, Pluto Pilot. Tell that man thank you for putting up with Kent the way he does, because there's no way I could do this. I just don't have it in me. The patience is so burned out from putting up with other crap for 40 fucking years. I don't have the energy to put up with Hovind like our friend here has, like Big Bad Mama has. So, it's a testament, man. Fucking awesome. And I hate it was 90 degrees and we didn't get to hang out a bit at the Ark Encounter protest, and that I probably won't be going again because it was cool to meet you.
And I'm not even talking about the complexity of the cell. I'm talking about what the cell is made of. You're trying to.
No, I'm trying to get you to understand. Joseph, you might have to mute him when it's my turn to talk if you have to, okay? I'll give him time to talk. But listen to me. There is no such thing as a simple airplane. There's no such thing as a simple cell. It is true, airplanes are made of lots of parts, okay? Probably came from the ground. Probably some iron, maybe some aluminum, maybe some silicone. Probably airplane is made of parts from the ground. And the cell is made from parts from the
Maybe some silicone, like parts of my fourth wife.
rock. So you're proving my point. You believe you came from a rock. Go ahead, let him talk.
No, that's the whole point. Is that of all the basic components of the cells, amino acids, ribosomes, sugars, lipids, none of them qualify as minerals. None of them qualify as rocks. If what you said was true, then a cell, the first cell, should be made of minerals, 100%, because that's what rocks are. And yet there's no minerals. It's
okay. My turn to talk. Airplanes are made of lots of different parts. Some of those parts come right from the ground, like iron, which comes from rock, okay? Iron ore or aluminum or things like that they have to extract, or copper for the wiring. The airplanes have lots of minerals in them. Some parts of the airplane are not minerals.
I apologize. I'm letting this awesomeness go through, and I'm popping y'all's comments up as quick as I can for the sake of, going through the process of showing all of them, because I try to show everyone. So we're just kind of going speed mode so I can catch up and we can let this awesome exchange happen, because, man, Kent is desperate.
But you have to have some of those mineral parts to make the airplane fly. Okay, so the cells in one cell, a bacteria, amoeba, protozoa, they contain a lot of minerals in them that do come from rocks, don't they?
Minerals coming from rocks does not mean the life came from a rock. Okay, Kent?
They come from rocks.
Does that mean that life comes from... Does that mean life comes from baby formula and steaks and McDonald's and Hot Pockets and fucking 2 liters of soda? Because that's all shit I've consumed at some point in my life. Some of it sooner than, more recently than others. Guess which ones? It's not going to be the baby formula, but it's just where my brain went. What are you getting at, Hovind? Because you're wrong.
Minerals, if they don't contain any, if basic components of a cell are not mineral, then they didn't come from rock.
Okay. Are any of the components of a simple cell, as you call it, minerals? Do cells contain any minerals?
No. I mean,
none.
Maybe you could say there was a phosphate atom for, other oxygen and or some other elements to bind to or something. But no, I mean, you're talking again.
It would have been a matter of stuff that was being used at the time, not so much, I'm holding one of my knives right now. That doesn't mean the knife is a part of me. It's just a tool. It's just something I'm using at the moment.
Amino acids are not rocks. Lipids are not rocks. Ribosomes are not rocks. Right, none of them are minerals. You are wrong.
Now, airplanes have glass windows, and they are made from minerals from the ground, from rocks. So if you think I was wrong,
metal is found in rocks, but metals are their own things. Rocks are going to be silicates generally. Metal is the metal elements and the metallic elements. Silicates and the like are the transition metals.
Tonight, then, are you going to contact any of those places I showed the slides, National Geographic, University of Chicago? Are you going to tell them, guys, well, you better stop saying that. You're wrong. Because they are all saying, all of them said life comes from rocks. Did you read?
What you were citing was like Earth.com and National Geographic and stuff like that. And what it was saying that the Earth in the beginning, it was said was a rocky or a ball of rock or something like that. Right. That didn't mean that life, that cells are made.
Oh no, remember Rochester. See, I remembered now. Rochester Swift. This is Pluto Pilot. Pluto Pilot's the screen. This is Tyler West here in the chat. See, this is our friend right here. That's our friend on screen on the right. The smug asshole on the left, as we all know, is a Kent Hovind, a worthless piece of crap.
Made of rocks. They're made of minerals.
They didn't say that, huh? The first
No.
life came from rocks. Okay. Well, thank you for your opinion.
Now, are you?
Thank you for your opinion. What the fuck, Kent? Oh my god. Oh man, watching this stream was at least worth it for this. I'm glad I stuck around because this has been good.
Ready to admit that the well, they do have there are some whales born with atavistic legs and some fossil. Right after we got off the phone last time, Mark Reed had a YouTube video out that he was doing, and it was of your previous week's open mic, and he went over that exact same thing, and you should probably go and watch it.
Okay.
And
Why did I not see that? Am I not subscribed to Mark Reed? Am I just seriously? I'm gonna check this. Come on, load. Load. Is this the right Mark Reed? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, why am I not, like, seriously? I'm not subscribed. Why? Let me change that. Boom. Done. All right. Moving back.
and he showed a basilosaur with hind legs, and you can see it was very clear. So how did those get there?
How big was the basilosaur?
Pretty big. It looked like
Okay.
a big specimen.
How do you know it's related to whales? Could it be something that's gone extinct? There are thousands of species gone extinct.
A basilosaur is an extinct whale.
Who classified? Does the basilosaur, did he classify himself that way? Maybe it's just an
No.
animal that used to have.
It is irrelevant whether the animal knows the taxa it would fall into or not, because the taxa are a means to an end to classify things. We have reasons for classifying things the way we do. How much of a prick can you be, Hovind?
Legs and
No,
you
the
don't know it turned into a
biologists,
whale.
these were tiny little, the legs were diminished. They weren't,
Uh-huh.
they wouldn't be used for walking on land. This was a marine creature, and only whales have the inner ear is very specific to whales. So we know what whales
Okay,
look like.
maybe it was an animal that lived in the water and had legs that's now gone extinct. You can't prove any fossil is related to any animal today. All
Except we can.
you know is it died. I have a
Well-
section on basilosaur I'll do another night, okay? But if you're changing subject, though. So you're not going to admit you came from a rock, even though you did, and I showed all the references. And Pluto, do you defend this theory because there's something you're worried about, that maybe if there's a God, you're in trouble?
No, I just I hate pseudoscience and
Me too. That's why I do my
anti-science.
show.
Yeah, I hate anti-science rhetoric.
I'm not
and so
anti-science.
forth.
I love
Biggest lie told on YouTube. I'm not anti-science.
science.
Well, we differ in opinion on that.
Well, evolution is
so-
not part of science. You have to believe in it.
And you can go Google this. You can dolphins that are often born with they're like hind appendages. Sometimes they look like flipper. Sometimes they even have little nubs on a little toe looking nubs. They're deformed, of course.
Sure.
But dolphins and they are sometimes born. It's an atavism.
Right.
And so that sometimes they're born with atavistic legs. They don't develop fully, but usually they're absorbed in embryonic development,
Right.
but they are there.
Okay.
So the
And what is
genes,
that
they
for?
do have the genes for that.
Okay, let's look at this from a much bigger picture. If indeed some animal had legs and lost them to become a whale, how is that going to help evolution? Don't you have to be gaining things?
Just fitness for the environment. And if having lesser legs to the point of them not really existing at all is beneficial to the environment, sorry, then yes, it's a gain. A gain of fitness. You prick.
How did
No, you
amoeba?
have to be adapting
Oh,
to your environment.
okay. Okay, wait.
Just
Would you call?
and little bitty hind legs.
And let me just be clear. I respond to Kent obviously as if I was the one talking with him, primarily to see if what I come up with lines up with what whomever happens to be on the screen does. One, as a way of sort of, I guess, testing myself, not on predictability of what my fellow Hovind Whacker will say, but a matter of if my train of thought goes in the same direction, implying that what I think as a response is probably the best response at the time. It's fun to do, and I'm sure you all do it too.
That don't do anything are a detriment in a lot of cases. They
Yeah, I
can
agree.
get broken, they can get infected.
Okay, call Joseph, extension 4, when we get done, and schedule a time to debate on that topic, the whale evolution.
No, I'd rather
Would you do?
debate on something else. But
Well, why'd you bring that up?
and last time you brought up a cow with 5 legs,
Sure.
right? And it's funny that you use that example because in the past you have used that. You said that there was no new information,
Right.
that the cow already had the genes 4 legs,
Right.
and he just grew an extra one, right?
Right.
So the dolphin, let's say, that grows atavistic legs, it shows that he already has, either one, it shows that he already has the genes to grow legs, that he has those genes, or number 2, you said it was not proof of new information. So either he had the genes and this was some type of atavistic development, or this is new genetic information. Either way, you lose because these are both accepted as, under the evolutionary model. The creationist model has no explanation for that.
I got to drag this guy back over here. My thing is froze up. No, I can't do it. Well, I appreciate your zeal to defend your religion.
I don't really have responses, so I'm just going to use my usual stuff and then have Joseph kick you off, and then I'm going to declare myself the winner because I'm Kent Hovind.
I ever had
I don't want that. So pick one of those topics. You want to talk about the dolphin, the whale? You want to talk about life coming from a rock? Pick.
Not sure on the Lindsay Nicole thing if Kent has.
Go on, call Joseph. One topic, we'll just debate that. Okay. Listen, I really need some more debates just to get my, notches in my belt. I'm at 389 and I'm stuck. You're going to be 390, just like the Ford. That was a good engine, by the way.
Okay, sounds like a good number. All right.
Okay, sounds great. Thank you, sir. All right, anybody else, Joseph?
Kent, do you know what a J79 is?
No.
Okay.
One more question or two.
Roman, how close do you think we are to the peace treaty and the Third Temple? Months, a couple years, real close, real close. We'll see. Fight Club. Do pastors ask God and Jesus for their permission to represent them? I wouldn't want anyone representing me without my permission. I think it's a little different in the Bible. God calls people. God says, Moses, I want you to deliver this message to Pharaoh. Isaiah, you deliver this message to my people. Jeremiah, you deliver this message. Okay, Jonah, you deliver this message to Nineveh. All through the Bible that happens. So I think God tells them that he wants them. God calls them. People, that's what pastors usually say. God called me to preach, you know. They feel like, hey, God wants him to deliver a message to somebody. Mine, it's on creation evolution. Okay, thank you so much. Sunday morning, we're back on Bible characters. I think you'll like this one. See you then. Bye.
Oh, God. Yeah, this is going to be a recurring thing. Ugh. In other words, Kent has an excuse to go through the parts of the Bible he actually likes. You know what? Where's that piece of shit? It's gonna find my copy. Wherever it is, there it is. Ugh. Let's see, as I move stuff around. So the last he read was Solomon, Song of Solomon. Let's see. Next goes into Isaiah. Would be the next. Okay, it's a bunch of poetry, songs, maybe. Yeah, it's like letters, like from God. What the hell? Does Kent not want to cover this? I mean, I don't want him to, but you know. Okay, whatever. I don't give a shit. I just was wondering what he was avoiding. I guess he doesn't have anything good for this. Maybe he doesn't give enough excuses to talk about whale penis. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know anything about this shit. These Bible characters is an accurate term. Shame Kinty Boy thinks they're historical figures. Yeah, that's the funny thing. He does call them Bible characters rather than historic figures. And yes, very well done, Tyler. Very well done, as always, my friend. Thanks so much, send Ken to vial of Azide to open when in the package. It's not dangerous chemical, it just stinks. That'd be funny. That'd be very funny. Zero proof of any history in the Bible, and morality is a joke. Indeed. Christian woman knows her place. Go ahead and punch me in the face because I deserve it. I was wrong. That's why I wrote this holiday song. I just saw a short of that on, I think it was on Facebook. I like South Park jokes, but I can't watch South Park anymore because I try to escape the current world. Mocking reality doesn't make me feel any better about it. Shaving whale dick for Christmas sermon. Exactly. Aesthetics installs in a more coherent body of ethic teachings well prior to the NT. And lastly, with Laura, he's absolutely chickening out on Isaiah, and it makes me laugh. Laura, in Discord, give me details on why he's chickening out about Isaiah. I need to know. And you're my resident Bible expert. So I trust, like I said before, I trust you more than anyone else on this stuff. Organic chemical plant, get a face full of methyl hacenate. Oof, man. Oof. Damn. All right. Well, this was fun as hell. Y'all are awesome as always. I'm gonna hop off here, fire up even more Guild Wars. Much love, each and every one of you. Again, as always, Discord down below, along with other stuff that I do. Y'all are awesome. Just